I was on the way back from a delivery at work and got into a dispute on the road with a 75-year-old man, and I pulled up next to him after he had cut me off and wanted to ask him why he was driving like that, but that was the worst mistake that I've ever made, because when I pulled up next to him, he shot me. I was shot in my left shoulder, my left humerus to be exact. It completely shattered my bone.
Florida is home to the Stand Your Ground law, a statute created for home protection, allowing an individual to use deadly force in their residence if reasonably deemed necessary to prevent imminent death. Hunter Shooter argued this law in his defense.
There's no logical reason that this man should be able to shoot somebody and then 24 hours later, nothing's happened. He didn't even spend the night in jail. He was released later that day. And I had gone through 2.5 months without working, and the law is so poorly written that we can't even find a lawyer who will back up my case, because there's nothing that we can do. It's his word against mine, and that is it. And even though I didn't have a gun in my car, even though I didn't leave my car, I think the fact that law even exists is flawed in itself, and it does essentially give somebody the right to shoot you and walk away.
Hunter's younger brother Parker is currently studying to someday get into politics. This last year has encouraged him to further familiarize himself with Florida's gun policies and has since become active in working towards a safer future.
I mean, particularly after the Parkland shooting and after the frequency of school shootings, particularly in 2018 and at the end of 2017, I don't know, especially in Florida, I mean, they'll hand you a gun. I mean, it's not even a challenge to get a gun once you turn 18. Plenty of my friends have guns that I didn't even think it would be legal to own. When your friend pulls an assault rifle out from under his pillow and goes, "Look at this, I bought it." And I'm like, "How'd you buy that?" And he goes, "I just went and bought it." At this point, I don't feel that there's any reason you should have a gun if you don't use it. If you're part of a club, or you hunt, or you shoot recreationally or competitively, and you're part of a group of people who actively uses their gun, then I think by all means you should be able to have your guns. You should use them for whatever you want to use them for, but I don't think we need anything fully automatic in the general public. That just doesn't make sense. I mean, no matter what you're using it for, you don't need to unload 16 rounds into the side of a deer. It's easy to just own a gun and have nothing ever happen to you and say, "Don't take my guns, I've never done anything wrong." But no one's coming after you. That's not the point. The point is that, generally, there are problems and something has to be, it has to be stopped. Your freedom is to bear arms, not to bear a weapon of mass destruction.
I don't want anybody else to go through what I went through. It was horrible. It was traumatic, and I want to make a difference on somebody's life. I want to help somebody. I want to really make an impact on somebody else's future. I mean, I could have died. I literally could have died. I was inches away from death, and that took it took a while to realize. And when you come that close to dying, it just makes you think about what your potential is, what you really want for your life, how if you want to make every single day count. It could have been my last day on earth, and I wouldn't have accomplished anything.
Last year, the state of Florida lost almost 3,000 people from gunshot wounds. It can happen to anyone in the Gunshine State.